Greetings, fellow defenders of the Inquest landing zone. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead. Episode 55. Every door needs more fuel. So as you can see above my head, the current priority right now, I would say, is like taking care of the vultures unless it's impossible, and then we'll just have vulture burgers. Because we have a bunch of vultures here that, like, I'm not sure we can feed them. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Maybe we'll force feed them once they're malnourished. I don't know, honestly. We could try to make kibble, but we don't really have, like, the meat for it, which is a problem. And, like, I'm not going to magic up some meat from somewhere, right? And then the big one is to continually roll out these mined and turreted entryways out. Rolling them out. Probably one here rather than here. And like here, maybe. Rolling them out to keep us protected. But the big one is plasteel. We're going to want some additional plasteel for our colony because we're just about out of plasteel. And no plasteel means no progress, essentially. So, right now, the close to home zone does include this box here, but it has some shamblers around, so we need to clean up those shamblers as well. So Sloan, I'm going to have you start to work on that. Ooh, and Rascal leveled up a Psylink. Ah. Let's have you go the left path. And we still have some tutelage happening as well, where Nobla is about 51% of the way. And what we're hoping to do is to have more Psycasters to be able to help out with the brunt of the combat. So I think, even though it's a little weird to put the other door here, I'm going to put the door here, matching this design. Rather than here, because it will change the line of sight that our raiders have on the enemies, and I think it will be a little bit easier to like bait things to the box. Because I'm sure, as you've noticed, shamblers don't like to get baited, right? Like they attack essentially everything that's in their way, and they don't really care that there's like, you know, a valid path into the base. Basically, their AI is fundamentally very different from standard AI, like Raider AI, and as a result, they're very hard to control. I mean, they're kind of uncontrollable, in other words, and you know, being able to lure them where we want them to be is it's an active challenge. It's a regular active challenge. So, you know, we're working on it. So we'll work on this this baited entryway, and then I'll work on one down here as well. And then we'll have like kind of one in every cardinal direction. We don't really have one here, but you know, more or less. And then Boar Drake is currently still has a long way to go. But the conversion ritual will be off cooldown in like 2 hours. So Sakura can make an attempt for a masterful conversion ritual any minute now. Because we do have a decent amount of chem fuel, I'm doing long-range mineral scanning for plasteel because I think that's a faster way to get plasteel than the ground mining method. And my hope is we'll be able to find some seams and then maximize our lovely amounts of plasteel. Because at the moment, we're just like, we're stopped. We're completely stopped. I have basically no plasteel, which means no new armor, no new bionics, no new really anything. And that's bad news bears for our group. Alright, Chimik is the 14-year-old with malaria, trying to hit up this deep drill. Cool. Alright, the cooldown is off for the conversion ritual. There is a performed recently penalty here. I'm going to wait for the 2.5 penalty to wear off for it to be a 0, because I don't want to, like, lower my chances any more than it has to be. A health regrow track. Sure. So, Good has an eye scar, but it's barely affecting her sight, so that's not a big deal. Addie has a destroyed finger. It's a big loss of manipulation. Madsy has a missing toe, almost no effect. A mangled eye scar, but it's hard to tell what's the result of malaria versus the eye scar. And that is it. I would say if anyone's in queue, it would be maybe Addie's loss of manipulation, because that's a big deal as a brawler. And pretty soon here, Rascal will have the Psi Focus to actually cast that. That will be, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the first time a non-Sakura casts it. Because up until now, it's always been Sakura. And here comes the progress for the baited mind kill zone. We don't have a lot of granite left, which is a little bit of a concern. Let me see if I can't muster up some granites from somewhere. So we have I have a haul zone for a whole bunch of granite. Some of this granite is like covered by shamblers, so we're gonna need to do some anti-shambling. But that's something that Good can handle. So I'm just going around the map periphery, trying to tag granite that should be safe to grab. Good is in the middle of a tutoring session, so I don't really want to dispatch her to go kill a few shamblers. So maybe RCV does it? RCV, you look entirely too happy to be part of the brawler team. Together, thank you for the resub. All right, 2 down. And RCV might be able to manage the other 2 in the south near the mining box before the buffs wear off. But just trying to keep the immediate vicinity safe. One down. Oh yeah, easy peasy. These guys are even easier than the last few. I'm gonna expand the close to home zone just a little bit to be able to pick up these shards. We did ditch a whole bunch of shards recently because they're just adding to our colony wealth, which increases like raid stuff, and we almost never use them. Right? I haven't never used them yet because we don't even contain shamblers. All right, so I'm adding some of this granite to a haul zone. A little bit granite over here to haul zones. And that should help to replenish our granite for the walls. Because I think this is more or less all that we can build at the moment. Until we get some additional granite. So, what I could do, however, is, and this isn't necessarily unreasonable, break down the old entryway, as it is not needed. I don't care for that level of redundancy. Maybe keep the airlock door, though, as like an alternative path in. But then break down the rest of it. And we could do the same over here eventually as well. Might not be a terrible idea. Now, I know I don't have a ton of steel at the moment, but it might not be a terrible idea to get a second deep drill up for plasteel. Because of like how little plasteel we have. What is the slag? Okay, yeah, that's in the zone. So taking a look, These guys are not starving yet to the point where you can, like, force feed them. I'm thinking we should be able to keep them alive through force feeding once they're, like, unconscious. And there we go! Mentorship done! Bryzit is a brawler. So, let's break it. Bryzit now has his own psycasting tree. The warlock, the warlord tree, rather. Warlock, oh god. And then, Good needs to be put back on a normal meditation schedule. Bryzit back on a normal meditation schedule. And it's just Rascal, Sakura, and Nabla. And I think Rascal is actually just, like, doing super meditation for regeneration purposes. So, as I mentioned, Addie needs a finger back. Uh-oh, I don't like that. Single-faced blood moon. So Addie, muster to your bed, and then Rascal will zap you with regrow limb. Are the next set of lungs ready? I think only have one detox. Oh no, we have 2 detox lungs. Ah, with that in mind, with Addie unconscious, now would be a really good time. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Now would be a really good time to install those. So that Addie can wear a helmet. Good call, both Alden and Chimik. So I'm gonna have Sakura do the operation. And then, after the operation is done, we'll try to do a conversion ritual, because I'm sure that's off cooldown now. Great. Gourmand food binge, an unavoidable food binge. It's the one problem, I mean, not the one problem, but that's why I hate gourmand. Okay, with Addie's 2 detox lungs, that means, Addie, you can be lunged brawler as a apparel policy. Meaning you can put on a helmet and keep your eyes and ears and nose and jaw and stuff from getting removed. Alright, sorry to wake everyone up. Oh, you know what? I need to wait like another hour or something. We're still at technically a penalty. Well, go forth and have your lovely food binge on nutrient paste meals, my friend. Eat all the paste you want. It's all you can eat, and you won't want any of it. Or apparently you do, but that's just weird. Alright, this zone is ready for a mini turret, trap mines, and wooden floor. I do have hay grass now, so let's try straw matting in this one. My thinking about straw matting, however, is that because it burns faster and not longer, it will be inferior to wood. So I'm going to do like a cross pattern for a little bit extra fuel. And then I'm also going to want to change the home zones. I just realized, because, yeah, this home zone is nonsense. And then, oh, wow. It's really, I forgot to do home zones like a lot. Let's do that again. And again. So easy to overlook home zones. For real. Especially when you, like, burn stuff in them. You could, I suppose, separate out home zones to a repair zone and a firefighting zone. That would make my life a little bit easier. Not that, like, I'm gonna create a mod for that. I know there are mods for it. There we go. How far away is RCV from kill skipping to be as lethal as Good? So Good's real advantage is that her blade replenishes her psi focus per kill, giving her kind of like an infinite amount of skipping potential. And no one's ever going to be able to match that because of that advantage she has. If Good gave her blade to another one of the brawlers, then they would be basically just as capable. It's just, she has a blessed blade. For reference, I gave it to her at from character design called Soul's Scythe, which is fast mover kill focused, and kill focused means the wielder gains 20% side focus on kill, so she essentially doesn't run out of side focus as a result. So no one will be ever able to match her. Now, with that said, if they did become a level 30 Psycaster in a single battle, they would be able to match her because they wouldn't likely run out of side focus or heat in that battle, but she can refresh herself way faster. She does not have to meditate. She can skip the whole, like, I meditate phase because she just kills her way through it. Nabe, you need a gun. I, like, noticed that and then didn't do anything about it. Here you go, Hellcat rifle. So our steel's going back up. Plasteel is like a trickle because this deep drill is lower priority than the other one. So once we get, I would say, like 500 steel, which is a decent amount, I'll move both drills over here to try to push more plasteel through the throughput. And the other thing we're going to need to do is to prop these doors open, because Chandeliers don't know how to open doors, thank goodness. It'd be real obnoxious if they did. And there we go. One more bait corner. So we have... I probably want more than just the last one, because these traps need to be reset frequently. So it helps to have, like, multiple copies of them. But let's put it here. So I'm going to double layer out the walls, and then add the 7x7 here. And the, oh, this is mud. So we're going to need steel bridges to support. It's fine. We still don't have moisture pumps as a tech. And I'm adding a few extra steel bridges so that we can, there's not mud in the box as well. Well, there goes my steel surplus. Okay, we've got a scattered raid of Legion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell everyone to be behind the walls so that I don't actually have to manage this raid. I don't have to do anything. They will just march around and kill themselves. Does it make sense to give the blade to another person? It would be literally impossible. Unless a Persona Sword is a free wielder, it cannot be given to anyone. It's biocoded. And this was not a free wielder weapon, so it's stuck to her forever. So it does not make sense to give it to anyone else for that reason. Well, okay. Your name is Gay. Tycho Gay. Crit. So we have Gay Crit. Chapman, Ray Wolfen. Wow, you are a vampire with the name Wolf in your name. Boy, are you confused. Civil War and Rimkus. And Dunerat. He's Gay Hunter? Is he really? Oh my god, he's Gay Hunter. And Tycho is another word for, like, novice, I think. No, that was... What is the... There's a word for novice synonym. It's like an antiquated neophyte greenhorn. What is it? Stupid thesaurus isn't helping me here. Not Tyro. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So these guys are obviously not going to be all that successful. They are just dying, and that's fine. Alright, they're fleeing, so I'm going to go back to work. Converge ritual. Yes, thank you for reminding me, because God knows I would not So Board Drake, let's say not Nabe, not Rascal, not Good, not Kadath, not RCV, and not Nabla. Because we only need 10, so I'm trying to leave the ones out that are going to be like the most productive. Begin! I should have put Chimik on that list too. Basically, I was trying to like not have miners or constructors on that list. Or Rascal, who's like meditating. Oddly enough, Rascal might participate unwillingly because he's like in the room. I'm actually curious if it counts him or not because he's like present. Oh. Well. Interesting. Very interesting. Apparently, they did not want me to convert the person. And to that, I say, good luck dying horribly. So, brawlers are being dispatched to shut down the possibility of there being, so Wizard, Wizard needs to be the most safe. Because Wizard is our, crafter. So Zoshi, step up. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that they don't get to do anything. Like they just die upon landing. Sloan. So this one's unaccounted for. RCB, do that later. And Good's already on our way here. Surprise guests. Board Drake, just chill there. You're good, right? So only 7. You know, I'm like almost insulted by how much they underestimated me. They don't even have like scary weapons. Oh, Zoshi's like getting shot by our... No, actually, no friendly fire. That, I think, was friendly fire. Yeah, Sakura accidentally shot him. Fair, because she's like kind of far away. Don't fire at Will. Hey, look, it's Tynan. I trusted you. And what do I get for trusting you? You came into my home and tried to kill my people? Nice. We ended up getting the low shield. Well, cool. Unfortunately, this is now on a 3-day cooldown. So we'll circle back to the conversion ritual in 3 days, because we sure as heck can't do it right now. You were waiting for Sun Tzu's 3rd death? I mean, that would have been rough. You have tattered apparel, do you? Yeah, tattered gas mask. I don't think that gas mask is forced on your head. Oh, wow. They're all... Hey, Good. Can you come out here? And Shambler's approach. Only 4. Who's exhausted? Sun Tzu? Why is there... Wait. What? Are you feeding the vultures the people? Yeah, we are. Huh. So you don't believe in human butchery? But that's not a bad call. To haul these bodies into the freezer as a food source. Because we don't have to butcher them. We can just feed them humans like as corpses. So yeah, agreed. Sounds good. We just need to make sure those bodies get hauled in. This is like pretty twisted, but you know, birds are happy. So, and if you're wondering, because I get this question all the time and it drives me crazy, the reason why I'm not butchering people, there is a huge mood malice for when you do that, unless you are a cannibal or a psychopath, right? Unless you have some sort of personality trait that, like cannibalism, or being a psychopath, right? So psychopath, as you see in the over that way, overrides some precepts related to cannibalism, right? A psychopath doesn't really care if you butcher another human. They do care if they see rotting human, but not even regular human corpses. So, the reason I mention that is, like, all the time I get, oh, why aren't you butchering human-like for, like, human meat? It's like, because it comes with a huge mood penalty that doesn't make sense to deal with unless you're desperate for the resource. So I'm not calling any one of you specifically out, but I know it's almost inevitable that I'm going to get that question at some point. So I might as well just answer it now. So I'm over here hoping to, like, remove corpses from the corpse pool, but, no, don't step on it. But they're reviving pretty quickly, so I'll probably go home in a sec. Vulture's eating better than we are? Okay, I mean, that's, like, deeply cannibal talk, but sure. I would rather have nutrient paste every day of the week over eating, humans. But, you know, Dr. Lecter, if you disagree, that's fine. FBI, that comment right there. I suspect nutrient paste is basically just like gruel, you know, porridge, essentially, like in the Matrix. And not actually all that disgusting. Oh yeah, definitely burn these, vampire shamblers. Trying to throw off my serial killer scent? Sure. I'm not even going to answer you on that one. So as long as these corpses stay cold, they will become the food for our birds. And, yeah. I hope that once we feed them to the birds, they, like, haul them back to the, Oh, Addie's up. Sweet. They haul them back to the freezer, because otherwise it's gonna get gross. So Addie now has a helmet, a marine helmet, and detox lungs. Sweet. One more brawler. It's actually only Maddie, Madsy, and Good lack it now. So we're doing better about armoring up our fellow brawlers. RCB leveling up. Cool. Give you adrenaline rush. Getting stronger. So, I'm sure you're aware, but the single phase, the vampire shamblers is just a lot harder to kill than the regular ones. So making sure to burn their corpses before they come back is, like, important. Speaking of which, burn baby burn. So we have no extra granite at the moment to do any of the additional burn box construction. I think what I'm going to do is remove this entryway, just having it be a basic entryway, and then repurpose some of that granite. Especially given that this entryway, like, likes to flood. Ross got an infection. Okay. Rascal, you want to pray for that? Done. And Sakura, how close are you to nowhere near the Cyphogazine? Because I think you've just been tutoring Nabla this whole time. So Nabla has to learn Solar Pinhole. Sakura wants to teach Nabla Solar Pinhole. So Nabla's already a Psycaster, but is also learning Solar Pinhole on top of it. And, you know, if we really want to, what we could do is we could go back and have... Roscoe already knows it. Never mind. The intention was to have the Protectors know it, which is already the case. This is a little weird, but this will help us get the entryways done sooner, is to use speed legs and just queue a whole bunch of halls to put granite in our stone cut zone. There are other things that I wanted to do with stone as well. One thing, and this was from YouTube comments, so I don't want to take full credit, is, and this is not necessarily a bad idea, to put some crematoriums dead center of in our colony, and to have some of the cremate corpses where any corpse that is rotten within the radius of, like a smaller radius around the base, gets cremated, so that we can just sort of automate the process a little bit. Where I would want the circles not to overlap with the burn boxes, you know, the corpse boxes, but like I totally get that there's a reason to have some crematorium type stuff, so I intend to add it when I have a little bit more stone, like once these major projects are done. I'm not going to bother having Ross rest on this infection. With immunity blessing, it's completely unnecessary. What I really want is long-range scan for the plasteel. So please, one of you guys, scan that. For the love of God and all that is holy, I need it. Cheers. Nabla finished mentorship goal. Sweet. So Nabla is now has solar pinhole and also protector, which means Sakura, you're not mentoring anyone, which means Nabla, you are going to go back on a work schedule similar to... I guess you're uniquely the only night owl. So Rascal and Sakura are still on like super meditate. And that's so that they can regenerate body parts. But everyone else is kind of on a normal meditate schedule. There was an opportunity to remove more corpses. Let's take it. Any other groups? No. Okay, back to close to home. So all that granite that I grabbed is getting put to good use over here in the kill box. Should the night owl switch to meditate right before bed so they can group meditate? Probably. So let's try to make that adjustment. It would be... So everyone gets 7 hours of anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what you're saying is something like that. I see it. I think Sun Tzu, or sorry, not Sun Tzu. Sloan. No, we're pretty good now. One thing I want to consider, however, is should anyone get Templar or Sentinel roles? Should we assign combat roles? And before I put this up to poll, I just wanted to explain a little bit first. If we assign a Templar role or a shooting specialist like role, melee or shooting specialist, they will not be able to cook, haul, construct, grow, mine, plant, cut, smith, tailor, or craft. Essentially, they become haulers and cleaners for the most part, but they will have berserk trance and they will have marksman command. which makes other shooters better and other meleeers better. And we can have people have these roles for more accuracy, lower aim time, higher hit chance, stuff like that. And the reason I'm asking is, like, for some of our people, it might be reasonable. Like, Bryzit, for instance. No, Bryzit's a bad example. There's not a lot of people that would be good at shooting. Like Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu does intellectual work, and I think shooting specialist doesn't, or actually Sun Tzu could be a melee specialist for that matter. But it doesn't deactivate your intellect. So Sun Tzu could be a potential candidate for a specialty role as a result of, you know, it doesn't disable any of his skills that matter. So if we do vote yes, then I'll have the follow-up poll of, like, should it be the best brawler or should it be a brawler that we would lose the least? Or best shooter or shooter that would lose the least. And what I mean by that is, like, the best brawler obviously would be good, right? Giving it to good would be the most solid choice, but she's also a constructor, a cook, and a miner, and she will no longer construct, cook, and mine if she becomes a Templar role. Whereas for losing the least, it would be whoever has, you know, like Madzi, who can construct, but can't really cook or craft and all that well. So if she became a Templar, it wouldn't be a big deal because we would lose a constructor, but we wouldn't lose a constructor, miner, and cook or something like that. If you see where I'm going with this. So I'll leave that up for 2.5 minutes as food for thought. All right, another thing we need to do is copy the zoning. Oh, we have like a flaming shambler at our walls, don't we? All right, corpse box human 1. How are you on fire? You must have self-rezzed. And then we'll do the same over here once this is done. And the real proof of whether this works or not will be if and when we get another big assaulting shambler horde and how effective it is at negating its, you know, the damage to our walls and people. How many positions per role? Typically, these specialist roles you can have 2 of. Unless your ideology says otherwise. You can have, like, custom ideologies that have different rule sets. So now I'm setting the mines to auto rearm. And let's create the corpse box because this thing's nearly done. Oops. Bad at painting today, apparently. Oops, not 12. 1, 2. So we have 2, 1, 3, and 4. It looks like combat rolls are affirmative. Got it. Who should get combat rolls? Best in class or least to lose? And I just explained these again, but best in class would be the best shooter, the best brawler. Least to lose would be the person that doesn't have a lot of specialized skills, and we could afford to have be specialized. It's also worth noting that the Marksman Command and Berserk Trance is like a group benefit, kind of like Combat Command for the leader. So, you know, if let's say Ross, for instance, had a shooter, marksman command, it would benefit all the other marksmen, right? It's not just about him. He's sort of like a drill sergeant for everyone else, if you will. So now we have our armed entryways. I like it. I hope it helps. I really do. I really hope it streamlines the colony defense process. I do think incorporating this into the entryway would be good as well. So I'm going to do that as well. Well, what I'm going to do essentially is this, annexing this area. Now the struggle with that, however, I will admit, is that this is all water, and it kind of sucks as territory to own. But, you know, whatever. So we'll add this corner to the base. This will also help keep flood water away, and then I don't have to rebuild another entryway zone. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions or feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Inquisitors.